Well, that wasn't the right one, ladies and gentlemen.
I was just going to say, hang on, this isn't the right one.
That is very odd. Okay? That is very freaking odd. Because I watched it. And
let's restart.
No. This is weird, man.
This is not the stream you're looking for.
I have a copy of it if you need me to send it to you.
No. Anzo sent it to me. I watched it, and when I went in to put it in for the intro, there it was. You know, the very last thing I downloaded. But that was the last week's episode. Wow. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bad Batch Roundtable. I'm JJ, of course, you know, your host. I've got a few new faces with me, a couple of new faces with me tonight. One of them is relevant. The other one may be. We'll never know. Just depends on how the story plays out. Because in the actual crawl of the opening, every week the crawl is different. We're all featured in there in some way, shape, or form. But before we even get started tonight, I want to go around the table. Let the panel introduce themselves. Danny, if you wouldn't mind starting for us this evening.
I am Danny, aka Comic Chat. My show's on Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called The Chaotic Conversation. Basically, I have 6 questions, 10 minutes each question to discuss. I usually have 4 to 5 people on the panel, and we discuss anything ranging from Marvel, DC, current events, pop culture. I try to stay away from sports, but anything that kind of grabs my attention, or if anyone in the chat chooses to send in a question they want to be on the show before showtime, I will put it in there too if it is a good question. So check me out tomorrow night. It's usually me, Anzo, Chris, Guy Scar, Terrence, and Maz Mama Bear, and we try to spark good conversation. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday nights, Chaotic Conversation.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Danny, really. And for anybody that's been paying attention to the crawl in the openings, Danny is one of our Jedi. I can assume what his blade color is, but anyway.
Oh yes.
Next up,
yeah, I thought this week I was supposed to do some incredible feat that would dazzle, man. Feel cheated, JJ.
Hey, don't blame me, man. Blame the computer.
It's okay, man. I'm still lost. So.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't gonna be anymore.
See, that's not cool.
But see, while we're talking, JJ, go back, find it, and read.
I'm finding it. I know. I'm finding it right now. Mm-hmm. The one he just sent me is the one I uploaded. But while I'm looking for this, Chris, which is another Jedi in the story that we're telling, also tell them where we can find you at, man.
Real Review 3000 is my channel. Also, Khaos Central here is. I'm part brain. It's part of my brainchild. The other person who shall remain nameless is pretty much absent from it now. But I got some great guys that work with me here on Khaos Central. Lots of good shows. Got 2 roundtables going right now. We just uploaded something not too long ago that was built for this. We've got something else on the horizon coming up soon. We're gonna have more content, skits, funny stuff, news. We've got the 3 shows that started it all. Chaotic Conversation, which is Danny's show. Chaos List, which is Anzo, Bigger for Entertainment show. And my show, The Rule of 3. On my channel, I have got gaming streams. I have movie reviews. I have interviews. I have The Rumble, which is a game show based off of topic discussion. Got all sorts of good stuff. I don't know, ADHD for YouTube. That's what I like to describe my channel as. And Khaos Central is exactly that, chaotic. So thank you, thank you, JJ, for having me here.
Thank you for being here. Next, we have the lost one. God's car. No, we haven't found you yet. I don't know. What are you? A senator, chancellor, something like that? Leader of some sort?
He's the leader of the New Republic.
I feel like a bitch right now, I'll be honest with you. So, if you want to see this bitch, you could tune into my channel, The Last Scenario, where you can find crazy bitchin' videos and reviews. And you can also find me at 9 p.m. throughout Khaos Central shows from Monday to Wednesday, and also Wednesdays on Bigger Foreign Entertainment's OC, as well as Game Changers when it's back. It should be either back on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, but stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Thank you for joining me tonight. Next, we got the Jason Lee Tucker show. Jason in the Crawl is an ancient, or old, should I say, Force user. I'm not calling him a Jedi yet, but he's one of the older ones of the group. Let us know where we can find you at, man.
I'm just an old bastard, man. That's it. First off, happy Father's Day to everybody, all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day. You can find me on the Jason Lee Tucker statement. We have the Metal Taco Show. We talk about wrestling, pop culture, different things. I'll just like I said, uploaded some wrestling videos the other day. I'm gonna try my co-host, he just went to a wrestling event 2 days ago, so I'm gonna try to upload some videos he went to. Sunday night here on JJ's channel, Bad Batch. Tuesday night usually on the Chaos list with Anzo's channel, and I pop in here and there on different channels, guys. JJ, appreciate it.
No, thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate it. Next, we got a special guest with us, Dandelion Fluff. This is something that she hasn't known yet, so this is why I'm introducing the characters to the Crawl now. Dandelion, you are the Oracle.
Oh, I thought I was the spell checker.
No,
That's an oracle.
You are the Oracle in the
All
story.
Right. That's very mysterious.
I know you don't.
Blame Chris. Hashtag blame Chris. You know.
All right.
No. You know, he just phoned it in. You know, made it real quick.
Whoa.
You made up the oracle, and then afterwards, you guys decided it should be me, right? Or whoever sort of.
No.
All right.
No,
We need to find one more person, and that's the not the Oracle, Marauder. You know, we need to find one more person to fill that role, but that's okay. We're getting there. But I know you don't have a channel.
I already have somebody for that.
Okay. I know you don't have a channel, Dandelion, but go ahead and tell us about your Instagram and all that stuff.
Sure. My name's Dandelion Fluff. Mostly I just lurk in chats and hate on stuff. No, that's not true. I don't hate on stuff unless I hate it, and then I do. I do have a channel with no content. I am planning to eventually maybe put some like hiking videos on there because I do a lot of hiking. So anyway, that's pretty much that's it. You can find me on Instagram as Dandelion Fluff and here as Dandelion Fluff. So looking forward to it.
And thank you for finally joining us this evening.
I wish I'd joined another week because I didn't hate this episode as much as I hated on some of the others. So.
Oh.
No. Seriously, I've been paying attention to the chat, these past episodes, and boy, she's vocal as hell in there. I'm like, yo, you want to come on, man?
Yeah,
that's what we're wanting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm sure I can come up with something to hate.
All right.
We'll criticize.
And next we got the Jedi Apprentice, Ninjoid 243. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, actually.
Awesome. Go ahead and let everybody know, where they can find you at.
All right, you guys can find me on my own YouTube channel, Ninjoid243, where on every single Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is Galactic Chat, which is my Star Wars news and trivia basically show where everything there, Star Wars and pop culture. And you can also find me on the Austinator's YouTube channel for a lot of his streams. And yeah, that's really it. Thank you, JJ.
Well, Galactic Chat Give yourself a big round of applause. Galactic Chat just finished its 1-year anniversary.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, that's saying a lot to have a show out there for a year.
I know.
I'm not far behind him. Next week, I'll be doing, not tomorrow, but next Monday, I'll be doing the 50th episode of Randomness at its Finest. In 2 more episodes, that would be 52 weeks, which is a year. You know, and I've been on YouTube a little bit longer than that, but as far as doing my own content, I'm not far behind him. So yeah, man, it's like I said, it's definitely an accomplishment, man. Just keep going with it. You're doing good with it.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
last and definitely not least, I got a special guest with us tonight. I like to describe him as the TikTok king. He's making his way onto YouTube. He's doing his thing, and he knows a bit about Star Wars. We had a great conversation a couple weeks ago. And Tim, yes, I would like to do another whenever you're interested.
I'm down.
But go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you at, man.
Yeah, so my main focus right now is TikTok and building my audience from there. It's Tim Possible Official if you're on there. And then also my YouTube is Tim's Talk. I'm still kind of finding like my path on there. I have like some older videos where I like to do the whole skits and get into the acting. It's really fun. But yeah, gaming streams I do. I'm going to get a set schedule. I'm going to get some new equipment for that so you can actually see me or whatever. When I stream through my PlayStation right now, I don't have like a camera on there, but I want to build a very like a fun environment, but like a productive environment, right? And kind of keep it more PG. And just like overall, my channel's message is like impossible is nothing, right? And if you believe, make it happen, put in the work, things will happen. I mean, why not? It's like if you're gonna sit there and complain and not do nothing about it, stop complaining, right? You gotta move forward. So that's kind of my message on my channel. I want to keep it like a fun hangout environment. I do like reviews. I'm gonna do like unboxings, of course, and then I also on my Tim Possible channel, I kind of I'm revamping that. But what I want to do is like kind of a fun hangout where we do pitch like our movie ideas just for fun, as kind of like as a panel. Like we'll have a topic and we'll pitch it, and because everyone has their own ideas what they should have done with Star Wars. Maybe we'll add scenarios or add little spins. Like you have to plug this character, like in your dream movie, but then we throw in the twist there. But you got to plug in Jar Jar Binks, or just like characters aren't well received or something like that. Just kind of something different. But, yeah.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just followed you on TikTok.
Oh, awesome! Thank you.
I had to log in. I haven't logged in a long time.
All right, guys. Most of you know the scenario. What we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the episode that we watched. The episode. Let's see if this is the right one. Okay, I got the right one now, guys. If you want me to play it,
Play it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There we go. And if it went too fast, you're going to have to go back on the replay and check it out.
Yeah, it's
This universe, I don't get my hand cut off.
I'm still trying to figure out what this great plan I've got is. You know, that's what I'm waiting on because, you know, I'm the bad guy of the story, but I still don't even know what the hell's going on yet.
It's a quiet,
All right, guys.
I'm still fucking missing.
listen. You'll sit there and be missing and like it.
Or throw me backstage too, right?
I can if that's what you wish.
Yes. Do it. Do it now.
I can if you wish. If that's what you want, I'll send you to the back without your supper.
Do it. Do it now.
Nah, not yet. But anyway, most of you guys know how the show goes. We're going to start off real quick. I'm going to go around the panel. And we're going to talk about what your overall impressions of the episode. Danny, why don't you do us a favor and go ahead and start for us?
Show was good. I think it was the best so far, only in the aspect of I grew up on Cowboys. And this last scene on the end with Cad Bane and whatever his name is, the leader of the Bad Batch.
John Raunder.
Hunter.
Tracker or whatever.
Hunter.
The showdown between them two was cool. I like the music. The cowboy feel. Cad Bane a badass. He a little bit different than him in Rebels and Clone Wars. I thought that in Rebels, it seemed like his hat was bigger. He was able to ski on that shit. I remember one of the episodes he used his hat like a surfboard or some kind of bullshit. But I thought it was cool. He livened up the episode for me. Kind of really piqued my interest when he came in there. I'm really liking to see what the Caminos are trying to do. Hopefully next episode we'll see just what the importance of Omega is. And apparently she's very important to their overall plan. So maybe they'll reveal more on that. I'm glad they brought Sharpshooter back, whatever his name is. The other guy.
Crosshair.
Hopefully Crosshair. Hopefully they'll be able to get that inhibitor chip out of him and let him join back. That would be cool. But them going up against Crosshair was very good because he knew their tactics. And like I said, Cad Bane at the end was awesome. So good episode.
Okay. All right. Chris, what you got, man?
Found it interesting the way that they decided to bring the two parties back together. I was kind of surprised that they stayed on the on Jakku, but I liked it. I liked the whole thing. It is nice to see that just because Crosshair is the inhibitor chip bothering him, he still knows what they're going to do because he is a part of that unit. So I think it was nice to see it on the opposite side that whatever they tried to do, he already knew where they were going, what they were going to do. He it's like this is just the way they think. And I like the I like the cat and mouse of it, kind of. Had a lot of cat and mouse about it. A lot of I don't know. It was like watching more action packed than normal, but like a chess match. Each person made their move, and just when you think maybe one has the upper hand, they don't. Because at the end of this, both sides lost something or lost a lot to it. So that's really what I think overall. But I like this episode.
Okay. Cool. Guys, are you ready to hate on it?
Oh, actually, I think this is the best episodes we got so far.
Okay.
From beginning to end, for me, it felt like Star Wars. I like the planet. I like the Rex. I like that last episode. I love the fact that Omega's not annoying. Like she stopped being annoying. She's actually being a key member of the team. And yeah, So my overall thoughts are that, man. I enjoyed this whole episode from the beginning to the end. I'm glad we got to see a familiar face like Ming. I'm curious how it ties in with everybody.
Okay. Awesome. Jason, what'd you think about it, man?
Great episode. I enjoyed it. They brought Crosshair back in with the Empire. Cad Bane, I love that part. And Hunter, he went down, and you don't know his extent of his injuries. And also Crosshair, he went off. He was all bandaged up. Did that mess up with that chip? You never know. I like the thing where they were inside the engine and all that, and they set the engine on. Right there at the end, they almost and that's where Crosshair, he got, I guess, really burnt, or where you can see his face all bandaged up. It was an excellent episode to me. Beginning to the end.
Okay, awesome, good. Dandelion, what were your overall thoughts of the show?
Just to let you know, my internet is being a little bit intermittent today, so I might go all robot-y. I don't know. Overall, I liked it. This was probably my favorite of the episodes. It was a lot more coherent. It was mostly logical. I have a few nitpicks, but I'll save those till the end. Well, not nitpicks, but a few things that I thought were illogical. And, overall, I liked it. I mean, I always like the setting in this. Like, I love the art, the way that everything's depicted. Like, I just like the scratchiness of the surfaces. And so I liked that about this. This was really cool with all the rusty old wrecks and stuff.
Yeah, it was dated.
Yeah, I liked the look of it. But again, that's one of the things I do like about this show. Omega is still a little annoying for me, but definitely less so. So that's nice. But yeah, overall, I quite enjoyed this episode, more so than some of the others. A lot less
Awesome.
plot-free cards being played.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can understand that. My apprentice finally shows up. Austinator, how you doing?
Doing good. I apologize for being late just because I had shit going on today. It made it impossible to get anything going. So
it's cool. I didn't even think you were going to be here because I knew Anzo wasn't going to be here. So it's all cool, man. You showed up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Real quick.
Dad, Austinator.
What's that?
Did you have to go show your dad some love?
Yeah.
Your dad or something? That's cool.
Yeah, I got my dad a card, gave him some money, and we went to my grandfather's for dinner, and it was fun.
You didn't make something out of construction paper? No.
I mean, you didn't give him a macaroni and popsicle stick frame,
right? Yeah, like a macaroni.
No, I mean, it's easier just to get him a Mountain Dew and just say, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, see, with my dad, it was been like a case of beer.
Not even a beer. You gave your dad a Mountain Dew, something he could go and get every.
You give them what they like, right? Why give them some like?
Listen, wait. I want to point out something.
Are you just
you realize that if you had gone and bought a beer underage, went through all that trouble to get like a fake ID and gotten the beer and then gave him the beer, you realize how much love that shows? It shows, well, I took time. I fought to get this done.
Well, to be fair, my money did help him buy a Lego set. So, I mean...
What?
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ended up getting my grandfather something for... he got him, like, one of those, like, Lego... you know how, like, they had, like, those buildings? Like, you could build?
The modules, yeah.
Yeah.
Like... Oh God, I forgot what it was, but it was like one of those. He got him and then I think he got a couple of those for him, and then he got like the R2-D2 thing.
Oh,
nice.
That giant R2-D2 that he could build.
Wow,
yeah, that was
better than that Millennium
cool.
Falcon. I don't know if that's like a fine gift or like a horrible torture. If you see that monster, it's like 3 feet across, and Millennium Falcon Lego. Oh man, I don't know if I'd want to build that.
No, trust me, he has a really bad Lego addiction. It's
my
being severe.
So that's totally cool. If you're gonna have an addiction, it may as well be the Lego.
Exactly.
I agree because I had one also, and that's not cheap. Legos are not cheap.
That's okay. My other sister's super rich, so she can afford to be addicted to Lego or whatever else to be addicted to.
All right, Austin, real quick, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at, man.
Basically everywhere. I won't go too in depth because this is the middle of the show. I don't want to kind of do that. So just find me everywhere. Khaos Central, JJK Sithler 3827, Ninjroid's channel, Chris Knight's channel, basically everywhere. Twitter, follow the Khaos Central Twitter, YouTube. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And what was your overall thoughts of the episode?
Well, oh my God, this episode was absolutely what this show should have been from the beginning. Not necessarily the beginning, but this is something we should have gotten like a couple episodes ago. Because now we're finally at a place where now it's starting to get really good. I love the Imperial stuff. The reveal at the end was just like, not necessarily, I wouldn't say shocking, but it was like, damn, I didn't see that coming. At least not that soon. The action was great. The Imperial stuff to me was sorely needed. And it's like everything in this episode it worked. And I appreciated it for that. I'd actually say this might be the first episode where this grade might be the best grade that I've ever given this show. Because it, to me, is what it needed to be.
Okay, cool. All right, Nindroid, what was your overall thoughts, man? What'd you think?
Overall, I fully enjoyed this episode the most. This feels like Star Wars. I love the Imperial stuff. I love that Crosshair came back. The reveal at the end, though, I did not expect it whatsoever because according to Clone Wars, there was an unfinished episode where Cad Bane was supposed to die. So, that really shocked me that they brought him into this. So maybe we'll finally see a variation of that.
Isn't this where Boba Fett gets the dent in the helmet?
Yeah. Boba Fett is supposed to kill him or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that. I've seen that.
I'm glad they didn't because I like him too much. Yeah, he's a great bounty hunter.
Yeah. And overall, Omega was not annoying and the characters were on point. And this was, to me, the starting of like the turning point of the show to it now kind of being great. Yeah, let's hope it continues. So, yeah.
Awesome. And last but not least, Tim, what was your overall thoughts of the episode, man? What did you think about it?
I thought it was it was fantastic. Like it was like a breath of fresh air compared to last. Because the ones before, they were just little side missions, and I get them trying to develop characters, giving their own like little personal arc, and they're trying to make Omega the new Baby Yoda. I get it. They're really forcing down the motions of her relationship with Wrecker or whatever. But no, what I liked about it, like how Chris said, it was a chess game throughout. And even though it was a chess game, they didn't know some things you can't control, like that blast, for example. They all didn't end up in the same area, which was kind of realistic. You don't know how the things are going to blow based on the structure. So what was it? Hunter and Omega were left in a different spot, and in order to the Cad Bane to get him. I also a detail I like. Because Cad Bane is a bounty hunter, he didn't kill him. He just left him there to kind of die, but he doesn't, go cap him in the head or anything. Because he's just there to do one job, to get Omega or whatever. It's not in the contract. Like a bounty hunter doesn't do extra stuff unless you pay him for that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a great episode, action packed, and good build up.
Okay. Awesome. Pardon me. Yeah, myself personally, just like I said from the first episode, this is definitely the slow burn. Now, hopefully, it keeps progressing from here. The episodes will start to pick up. But overall, to me, it's just another story, and I'm watching it like that. And I'm liking how it's unfolding. There are some slow spots, but, this episode, I agree with mostly everybody. It's finally what we were looking for, finally getting to where these guys are needing to be. Finding out what's going on, and how they're going to deal with this. And I already knew about Cad Bane. It's just, you can't help it, man. Every day when I wake up on Friday, every day first thing I do is go into YouTube and I start looking to see what's going on. Oh, Bad Batch this, Loki that, blah 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 blah. And I saw a thumbnail, Cad Bane returns. I'm like, oh fuck. It's like, there goes the surprise. I ought to know by now, but still, it was a welcome change because, with the Mandalorian, of course, we're going to see Fennec Shand in there. That was a given. But to see somebody else from the Clone Wars, which was Cad Bane, that was a welcome surprise. And like y'all were just saying, he's just there to get the girl. He's contract oriented. That's it. He will not do any extra unless he has to escape. He got rid of Hunter in his eyes, and he left. He got the girl. So now we're going to spend the rest of the episodes probably trying to get the girl back. But we'll have to wait and see. We still got to get sharpshooter. Damn it, Danny. Crosshair. We got to get him straightened out if they do. It's just wait and see. But so far, I'm liking the series. And with that, we're going to go into what we liked about the episode. Danny, if you're there, if you want me to wait, hang on, let me see something real quick.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay. All right, Danny, what'd you like about the episode?
Like I said earlier, I like Cad Bane. The addition to him, that little cowboy thing going on. Like I said, I grew up on Western, so that kind of took me back to that time. The shoot off thing. I kind of thought they were going to let Hunter beat him, but I'm glad they didn't. And I'm very, very curious to see will they be able to track him down before Omega gets back to Camino, or will they be able to, or they're going to have to go back to Camino where the Empire's at and get him from there. So very interesting. I like the direction it's going in now. I think Guy Scar said, and I agree with him, this is the best episode so far, in my opinion. So it's going in the right direction. They need to keep this up.
Cool. Thank you. Chris, what'd you like about it?
Again, that cat and mouse about this is really interesting. I'm glad they brought Crosshair back. They needed to. I like the fact that they were in there and they realized, hey, there's a lot of stuff here we can take with us worth money. So they're using their mind, or they're using their idea to. We don't want to be in debt to anybody. We're not about this, we're not about arms smuggling or any of that. But it's a resource. It's how we can get on to the next thing, so we're not tied down to Sid, or we're not tied down to this person. So they're using their resources around you. That's nice to see that they're adapting to things, because again, they're not used to having to do these things, but they're showing that they're smarter than they're different than your average clone. So we're picking up little things here. They're able to adapt to the situation and do what they have to do, even though it's not what they were trained to do, or they're not used. That's not who they are. They're still willing to do it. When they brought Crosshair back again, I really, really enjoyed that. Right away, he tells them, "I need a detachment to go and get these guys." And they're like, okay, since this and this, he says, no, you don't understand. These aren't your normal clones, and you see what he shows up with. I mean, they show up with a lot of people. And even then, when at the end of this, You got Crosshair who's sitting there badly burned, and yet he is still so preoccupied by doing this. That's how hard this chip is working on him. That Crosshair isn't used to not accomplishing a goal. We know he's an excellent marksman, and here he's being bested by these people that probably inherently, even before the chip took hold, he probably considered his group, his friends, but he probably still thought he was better than most of them. You don't necessarily have to say it for people to know that, maybe a person thinks that they think they're better than you. They may not say it directly to you, but there's things that they do. He always kind of had that way about him. He seemed like, I know I'm better than the rest of you. He's always even in the group setting, he was always kind of by himself. And that was, of course, when the chip was starting to work. But,
well, they all think that way, but that's why they've got their own individual talents.
Yeah.
They all think they're good at what they do. They're good at what they've done. Wrecker's the tank, Hunter's the tracker, Tech is the tech guy, and now they got Echo with them. Yeah. They're good at what they do.
But Crosshair is mad because he's not accomplishing his goal, because he thinks he's better than these guys. He can't understand why he's not. That's why he gets so pissed off, because even after he's getting up and they're wrapping up, he's like, go, go, go. And he's not worried about being injured, which I thought was really interesting, that when you first see him, he's injured, but by the end of it, they're wrapping him up, they're doing all this, so maybe he's injured more than we realize. I don't know. And then I started thinking, what if he injured his chip? Because for a second there, when they're wrapping him up, he looked a little stunned about things. And then it almost looked like maybe he was having a moment of pause, and then the chip kicked back in, and he's like, go, go, go. So I'm wondering now if perhaps.
Yeah, because he hit that bulkhead pretty hard.
So I like that, again, it seems like a detail that'll pan out later, but I liked that. Man, Cad Bane, man, I love that bounty hunter. He is like one of the most unique, because he's got that spaghetti western like way about him, and that's just such an interesting thing to inject into Star Wars. And I mean, I know he's been around for a long time. I'm just saying that I like that character, and to keep him around and bring him into this, great. We knew we were all pretty sure it was the comedians or
Caminoans.
Caminoans. Thank you.
Does anyone else think El Camino every time? Remember those little cars?
Yeah.
Those were
it's probably where it came from. Because, for instance, Chewbacca was based off of George Lucas's dog, so was the name Indiana. But yeah, no, I mean, he always took from things that were around him. So that's probably truthfully where it came from. But I don't know. The whole dynamic of this was very tense and kept the pace up. This was a pretty fast-paced episode. Stuff always going on, things always moving. I liked it a lot. Hey, Mads, how you doing? But yeah, there's some things I liked.
Awesome. Guyscar, what did you like about it?
Well, I'm gonna go back to add on to my general impressions. I love the whole field of the stormtroopers. You could tell the human ones apart from the clones still when they're talking in their unit, and you could tell the ones that were helping him were the human ones, not the clone troopers. When Crosshair was hurt, so that frustration comes from the fact that that they're not fulfilling their mission, that they're too busy taking care of him when he wants them to, fulfill the mission. So, again, you get that conflict between, clones and the human recruits, right? So I really like that they showed that. But like I said in the beginning of the show, I love everything in this episode. There wasn't not one thing I disliked, not even Omega. So throughout the whole thing, if it felt and it flowed like a good Star Wars story. And I think it was Austin Nader that said this. They should have done this from the very beginning. But I'm glad we're getting it now, and I'm actually excited to see what goes on the next one, because now our clones, Hunter and them, they have a mission now. Their mission is to get back Omega. As before, we didn't know what the hell was going on, right? So now he's being used as that, plot device. But curious to see what happens.
All right, cool. Jason, what'd you like about it?
Pretty much what Chris and all them said. I love the Crosshairs. They finally got the Empire back in there. Crosshair, Cade Bane. I mean, that's the best part, awesomest part of it. But I like that where they finally, who hired the bounty hunters, the chameleons. So we finally, and we know that they owe Sid money. So it's going to be like that little Jabba the Hutt Han Solo situation where Han owed Jabba the Hutt money. So is Sid going to come after them too? I mean, it's since they owe her or it money. So and it was like the gritty feeling, but like inside the engine and all that, and seeing that there was consequences. How bad did Hunter get hurt? How bad did Crosshair get hurt? I mean, he did get face injuries. Did that mess up his ship? Did that affect the chip? Like I said, it was a really good episode. I'm looking forward next Friday, see how it goes. It's picking up.
Awesome. Dandelion, what'd you like?
Same kind of thing. I like seeing the whole gang back together, as it were. That was kind of cool. I really loved when that engine fired off. That was really well done. I thought that was a really good, just the, to do that in graphics.
And the animation was great. Yeah.
The animation was phenomenal, especially for that. That was just fantastic. Being a bad artist myself, I appreciate good art. So that was really cool. Yeah, I liked everyone being back together. I didn't watch Clone Wars, so I wasn't familiar with the new bounty hunter, but he seemed cool. I had some issues with the whole thing, but I'll get into that after. But anyway, it was pretty cool. I thought it was really neat. Some good hints towards some interesting plot turns, which we've kind of been lacking in some ways. That was good.
Awesome. Thank you. Austinator, talk to me. What'd you like about it?
Well, I think Chris said it best. The Crosshair stuff with the Bad Batch felt more like a chess game, as more like how is one going to trap the other type of thing. And the way Crosshair was jamming our signals, very predictable. Crosshair was with the Bad Batch since season 7, so we know that he knows what they're thinking, in a sense. It's I like that they were able to kind of use that as a story point, because if you didn't do that, it would have made not a lot of sense. I really did like again, just the Imperial stuff was great. The Kaminoan stuff, where, they were the ones that placed the bounty, was predictable, but predictable is all right if it makes sense. And the way they explained it made sense for the most part. The action was great. Cad Bane was a big, oh shit. That made me, kind of go, all right, this is what I also want to see, is I want to see the inclusion of these characters, because since Bad Batch is a continuation of Clone Wars, I want to see characters like Rex and Cad Bane. This now opens the door for many other characters to be included. And also kind of ending it with, Omega getting captured. This could be the opportunity for a huge, not necessarily story arc, but it could be for maybe 5 episodes. But I don't know if they're necessarily going to go into it. But that's what I actually am interested with this show, is how things are actually going to play out. And also what Guyscar said, being able to kind of tell who's not a clone when it comes to the clone troopers. And I call these Stormtroopers Mark 1, because that's who they are. They're not stormtroopers yet. They're they're like kind of like the beginning stages, and also on Camino where they're talking to the lead Caminionian, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, that's still Lama Su.
Just call him El Camino.
Lama Su.
El Camino.
Yep. With Sue, and saying that we're taking over the operation. Like, now we're starting to see that, like, even though they've hinted at this, now they're slowly trickling in now. Like, now it's only a matter of time before these clones are going to get eradicated one way or another. And I like that they're building up to that. And just overall, this episode was it was incredible. The action, everything, and it actually is the first time since this show has started that I'm like, you know what? I'm actually excited about how this is going. So,
okay,
that's it for me.
All right.
I feel you,
thank
brother.
you. Yeah, man. Nindroid, what'd you like about it?
All right. Well, I think this episode is very excellent. Overall, I love Omega was not annoying whatsoever. I actually feel like she's a growing character. I loved that her and Wrecker, Wrecker was teaching her with the whole smoke bomb thing. I thought that was a fun touch, just like the bow and arrow thing. And I also love the Imperial stuff. Crosshair was very well done, how he was, tracking down the Bad Batch in this episode. The animation, once again, is great. Cad Bane's appearance is probably my biggest yay for this episode, biggest thing. And overall, I really enjoyed it. This feels like Star Wars, and this is what we should have had from the beginning of this series. So, yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. And last but not least, Tim, tell me, what'd you like about the episode?
I thought it was a really cool moment when Omega basically called Crosshair out. It's like, because that's what kids do. They're like brutally honest. And to me, anyone that's around that's human or anyone, it's like a thing of question the Empire. And they're like, even though he's programmed to think a certain way, he does kind of have that arrogance or the way he carries himself compared to the other Bad Batch members or whatever. So like even he was like, I felt like he paused for a second and then, oh crap, my dog's barking. Yeah, whatever if she sees someone walk by, she just starts going off. She's a really little dog, but anyways, they hold on, I'll be right back. Someone else I can comment later. She's just gonna keep barking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I liked exactly what Guy Scar and Austin had said, except I'd call them the Gen 1 stormtroopers. I liked it because you heard different voices, you heard female, male, just different things, and it's it was an interesting episode. Finally it's moving. They got to go after Omega now. It just all works. It all works. I liked the chess game, as you put it, that Crosshair and Hunter were playing. And it was no surprise that Crosshair was going to be able to figure him out. But the fact that Hunter was still trying, and I agree with Chris on this. Crosshair does seem to feel like he's the better of the bunch. But like I said earlier, they're all good at what they do. They all feel that way in their own way because they're the only ones of their kind. Like I said, Wrecker's the tank. They need something tore down or bum rushed. Hey, he's the man. Hunter's the tracker. He finds people. He finds the shit. Tech is the computer guy. And now with the help of Echo, they do all their computer stuff. They're all good at what they do. Crosshair is the sharpshooter. of the bunch, and he is damn good at what he does. And he's got that arrogance about him, which they all do, but Crosshairs is more relevant at this point. I think that's the right word. He's more upfront about it. Like, I know I can get these guys. And I like it that the story's finally progressing this way. Now they've got two things they got to work on. They got to get Omega back, and they've still got to get Crosshair back, if that's even the end goal, if they can even accomplish that. They're finally moving in a direction, and it's wonderful. And I agree. So far, it's probably the best episode of the season. Next to the very first one. This is what the show should have been about the whole time, not this pussyfooting around doing this shit. I know they need money and stuff like that, but this is the way I think the story should have went. And yes, it felt very Star Wars-esque. Finally. Instead of just, we got to go do another mission. It's just one of them things, But yeah, that's pretty much, I liked pretty much the entire episode. I really have small nitpicks for what I didn't like. And that's what we're about to get into now. The part where I like to say, grab your popcorn and hold on. But pretty much everybody says they're liking this. So I'm curious to hear what they didn't like. And if you don't mind, Danny, could you start us off with that? What didn't you like about it?
Let's see. What didn't I like about it? It's kind of hard. I really kind of like this episode. I didn't like. I'm kind of really interested in what the Camino's doing. They only just sprinkle a little bit. I want to get more on what they're trying to do. It's kind of cryptic. We know Omega has something to do with their plans, but they still kind of keep us in the dark. She'll come in and talk to the Prime Minister for like 10 seconds, get us drawn into it, then they won't say nothing and just kind of talking real cryptic and kind of being kind of vague. I don't like that. I'm ready for them to go ahead and start giving us more of what Omega really is. I know she's a clone, but we want to know what are their plans, what are they trying to do, what are they trying to sell to the Empire to stay in their good graces. I'm ready to see exactly what is Omega's reason for being even created. So hopefully next week will show us that. But I'm not liking how that aspect of the storyline.
Okay. All right. Chris, did you not like anything about it? Chris?
I'm thinking.
Well, one of the next person come back here.
Well, I just think
all this time to think about it.
Hey.
You're doing something else. You're supposed to be thinking about your next answer.
No,
keeping us all waiting.
Dandelion's on fire today against Chris. I love it.
Yes.
All right, Chris, don't make me pull the timer out. Okay.
I'm just waiting. All right. There is something to be said for bringing back Crosshair and all that. I think it would have been better had they actually grabbed him now. He's injured. I kind of wondered if they wouldn't. I would have much rather had that because that's the next thing, waiting to get the group back together. So yeah, we have the going after Omega, but we know we want them back together as a full group. Man, I don't. They know why they want Omega. We know why, but it's like. I mean, I don't know. They haven't explained it well enough to really. Why are they going through that much trouble? I think that's something that's. It's like they're just going to throw it at us and that's it. It's like it's done, okay? But I don't know. Just some of the aspects of the story and how they're doing it just seems a little off. But as far as this whole episode goes, it is the best episode, and this should have been maybe episode 3 or 4. So, okay. I mean, hopefully they just keep jumping and really keeping this pace up.
Okay. Guy Scar. What didn't you like about it?
I loved everything. I have actually nothing to nitpick on the episode itself. Look, I'm excited for it to see what's on next week.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I guess you and comics didn't get to talk about this episode, right?
No, sir. We did not.
Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, who is that? Nindroid. Okay. Jason, what didn't you like, man? If anything at all.
I'm like with Danny and Chris. I didn't. Nothing really. I was disappointed with, except for I would be like to see more about them. What's going on with Omega and the chameleons, whatever. I can't pronounce. What's
chameleon?
Kaminoans.
I just had to do that.
Kaminoans.
Chameleons. That just more explain. That's about it. I mean, really, they need to explain a little more on that, but not much. I mean, I enjoyed the episode. It was a good episode.
All right, cool. Dandelion, did you not like anything?
Yes, there were a few little itty bitty things. It was much less than usual. I've had a lot of issues with this show, but there was only a couple things this time. Again, it was when they knew it was Crosshair. It seemed really odd to me that Hunter would automatically go, okay, they're going to approach the search this way. When he would know that Crosshair would know he knew that and that they would try a different approach. Like, it just seemed odd that he would go, they'll search starting from here. Like, it seemed odd to me that he wouldn't automatically realize that Crosshair would know all of his approaches, like the things he would do to get in and out of trouble. And again, why was it so easy to defeat him when he came up against the bounty hunter? Like, it just seems like they're super hard to defeat 1 minute and super easy to defeat another minute. There never seems to be a lot of consistency with that. It's always just a matter of like, well, the plot needs him to be knocked out really fast this time, but the next time you can shoot him 20 times before he goes down. It just seems really inconsistent with their skill level. Like, they're supposed to be really skilled, and we've often seen them be really skilled, but then there's always that time when plot dependent, they're taken out really easily. That kind of is just, again, a thing that just kind of bugs me about the show. There's like no consistency with their skill level.
Okay. All right. Alternator, what didn't you like?
You know what? I'm going to echo basically what Geisker said. I honestly had no negatives to really say about this episode. I was so pleasantly surprised that I have nothing to complain about. They just,
my man.
The only thing I just gotta say is they just need to keep this going.
Another fucking yes. Oh my god. It's a disease.
They're popping up left and right, man.
I was.
It's like, it's a virus, man.
You can't see, Allie. You can't be a yes man. It's a little difficult for a woman to be a yes man. Be a yes woman.
But
there's
I'm
no
not.
other women here, so you are your own.
Can't be a yes woman. I'm just not that kind of woman.
Good to know. All right, Nindroid, what didn't you like about it?
Okay. I feel like this episode kind of felt like a second to last episode in some respects, in which that's kind of bad because this is like the middle point because there's 16 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But besides for that, yeah, I don't have any nitpicks really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all are shocking me. Tim, what didn't you like, if anything at all?
For me, it was really hard to nitpick, but thinking about it now, I guess more so questions I'm going to ask is like the scene with Cad Bane was cool, how they treated it, but obviously they know of each other, I felt like, in that universe. or maybe he's kind of like a legend of a bounty hunter. But why did he wait? Like, it's like they're tacticians, like realizing his skill. Obviously, this dude's a good shooter. Why wouldn't you like bull rush him and move around? Because you're going to be a lot harder to hit. So that's kind of why. Exactly. That's what I would have done. Like, right? Obviously, the guy's a quicker drawer than me, but if you're moving around or rolling, it's going to be a little harder to hit. But so maybe that was just more of a thing. The scene was cool. I'm not going to lie. It was cool. It was cool seeing him show up. Obviously, a cool character. But for them, I just like, if I were really nitpicking, maybe that should have done that. And plus the robot, I know he's so far behind. He shot the robot, but like the robot was injured. But then when Omega goes to shoot the arrow, the robot, like, obviously it's a machine. Maybe don't feel pain. So I accepted it, but that's just like posing questions. And then also, so who was that admiral or whatever that told him to go after the clones? He was like, yeah, just kill them or whatever. Was that the original mission, just to kill off the Bad Batch completely and just get Omega?
It is now.
Yes.
Yeah, because like
because Tarkin sent Crosshair to go get the Bad Batch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was Tarkin. Okay. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I agree. Why would he agree to like show down at high noon when you have like 20 million other like things you could do to like not do the quick draw at noon thing like that? Yeah, that was part of like the
because it doesn't do well for the cinematography,
right?
Yeah, and the plot armor.
Like, it was a plot device, right? It's like I said, like, their skill level is always plot dependent.
Yeah, and that's what I find in the movies too. Like the power scaling, even in like superhero movies and Marvel and all that, like characters' powers get nerfed down a little bit to make the scenes, to move the story, to make it happen. So yeah,
but it's kind of frustrating.
All right, awesome. And last but not least, I want your final grade of the episode and your predictions for what?
What about you?
Oh, what about me? Maybe one thing, because I thought it was just I knew it was a plot device, but and just to move the story further, the Junkers, man, it was like just wasted characters. They went up against the Imperials, in Crosshair, but what about the Junkers? Where were they? To me, what was the point of them being there just to say, oh, hey, look, they're here? It was a waste of character to me. And literally, that's all I can really think of that I didn't like about the episode. And even that about the Junkers, man, I
thought that was just a little Omega was getting to be a better plot.
That's just a nitpick to me. Like I said, if you really want to comb through it and find something, yeah, I guess we could. But now the story's finally moving along where we want it for the moment. So, yeah, it's, I'm good with it, But, yeah, last but not least, your final grade and your predictions. Danny, what you got for me?
I gave this episode a B+. It's good.
Okay.
I'm thinking that since I don't know anything, this is the first time they're ever being here in this universe. I don't know if they're gonna make it. I'm thinking they might kill them off unless they're gonna do a second season. But that's what I'm thinking. I've never seen these in the comic book, never heard of them before this, unless he's creating canon now as we speak. I don't know. As the series is going, it's just his new canon, but I've never heard of him in any other EU book or any other canon novel, magazine, anything. So I don't even know if they're gonna make it survive this series. So that's where I'm at.
All right, Chris, what you got, man? What's your grade and your predictions on it?
I'll actually give this one an A. I'll give it an A because I
Okay.
love this. I think it felt like what needed to happen. Yes, I don't disagree that it could have happened earlier, but it's making it interesting. It's making it interesting here because we know they're going to still want to get Crosshair back. They've talked about it. They don't want to hurt this guy. This is good. Something's going to find. They're going to find out that they hurt him somehow, some way, or they're going to know it because of what happened. That's going to bother them a little bit. They know they had to do that to get away. They know that had to happen. But now they have to decide, are we going to try to get to Omega before they go back, before they get back? Or is everything going to take place on Camino? Because I think it might actually, that might be one of these scenes. Now, I don't disagree with Nindroid where, and the next step is go to Camino, get Omega, get Crosshair. That sounds like a finale. There's a lot to do in that. There's a lot of context in doing those things. So they can't sit here for the rest of these episodes, for 8 more episodes, and nitpick and nick away at little things. They've got to get on to going and getting Omega and getting Crosshair back. So they've literally given themselves 8 episodes to do something that should only take 2 episodes to do. So I'm kind of wondering how they're going to play that out because they can stretch it out a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm just kind of interested in what they're going to do. But I do have to say that this was a great thing because now they have a choice at hand. They have to either go in guns blazing into a place where they're probably outmatched in every way, shape, or form. And, you know, it's a question then once they get there, what's their main objective? Get Crosshair or get Omega because they can't split it up to go get both. So I don't know. My prediction is that that's where we're heading. Just Camino to get both of them back. But A, it's an A for me.
Okay. All right. First off, I want to thank Danny for coming on. He had to bounce. I'll get this right in a minute. Yeah, something like that. Shit. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, Guy Scar, your final grade, man.
Sure, man. I have to say an A-, and I expect this whole series to end on Camino, an all-out battle on Camino. That's what I expect.
Okay.
But do you disagree with the fact, though, that we've got 8 episodes to get there to do that? That
Yeah,
seems like a lot of episodes to get there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just, I mean, because I'm with you.
There'll
I
be
think
some
that's what's-
fillers. There'll be a long-ass road to Camino.
Hey, we got a friend to rescue, and we got to go rescue the girl that we swore we were going to protect. But hey, let's stop by this planet first.
They might not take her back there, though.
Filler episodes right now. You know they're going to throw 2 filler episodes in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think it's so funny that they have that much time left now. I mean, as many times as we've talked about, you know, the Marvel series or the Mandalorian, like just taking a sweet time. Here they are, near literally the end of where they could jump to the end and it's done, and we'd be fine with it.
Didn't you already go, Chris?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Anything else, Guy Scar?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, okay. All right. Jason, what you got, man?
I'll give it an
prediction.
I'll give it an A. And this is a theory I'm thinking it might happen. All right, there are going to be some fillers. We might not see Omega for maybe the next 2 episodes. You know, they're going to have to go back to Sid. All right, they got some artifacts and stuff they got there to pay some debts off. So they got to figure out, you know, they're going to need somebody to probably some help. This would be a good opportunity to bring Boba Fett in there, possibly, because he knows Camino too, because, you know, that's where he was born, you know, supposedly. So possibly there, you know, and he could be the one to help him out, and that's how he could face maybe Cad Bane. You know, never know. That's what I'm thinking, maybe, but you know, it's just theory I was thinking of. But I'll give it an A. It was a great episode.
Okay. All right. Daniel on?
I'm gonna give it a C plus B minus, which is pretty high for me because I need to see something really, really unique again. Really, again, the plots in these are just not quite there for me, but still, this one was really good. This one's about the highest score I've given one of them. As far as things coming up, I think that whatever the overall plot of the Kaminoans is going to be the actual driving force behind this season. Eventually, like why they need Omega back. So yeah, because I mean, just her name being Omega, that's like the last letter in the Greek alphabet. So there's usually significance when they give something a Greek letter name, especially if it's the last letter or the first letter in that alphabet. So there's usually something significant to do with that. She's probably like a different level of clone.
She's the last clone.
Yeah, and she's probably also like the last. Like she was obviously the cloners. Like that's something that they've been working on for a long time. So I'm guessing that part of the plot's going to be like what they're. I'm hoping. I always hope there's going to be more to these plots, and it turns out there's not. There's like lots of things where there's like a great opportunity, and they just walked by it. That didn't really happen this episode, but I still don't trust them not to just do it next time. Other possibilities, again, like I said, I don't think we're going to see Omega for a couple more episodes. I think there's going to be a couple more fillers. They'll probably try and pursue that bounty hunter. He probably won't get the El Caminoans right away. The El Caminos. So maybe they'll manage to snag her back before then. I still don't know what's going to happen with the crosshair thing. Judging by your standard Disney-type plot, you're probably going to end up with, because he's done shitty stuff, he'll redeem himself at the last minute right before he dies. I don't know if everyone else will, but that's what I see for him. That seems to be the standard thing. If you do shitty stuff, you can redeem yourself, but usually you have to give your life to do it. So I'm sure that'll come around. They'll probably get him before they get Omega, is my thought. Probably Omega will wind up with some sort of chip in her that they have to extract.
Didn't he say that that's who hired him was the Camino?
Who? What?
Cad Bane. Didn't he tell Hunter that Caminoans hired him?
No, he said he wouldn't say.
No, that's right.
He couldn't say.
That's
but,
why.
I mean,
that's why they're going to go after him.
They implied that they were sending out the bounty hunters, which we all figured anyway, because who else would want Omega except for them? Obviously, they wanted her out of the way because they needed her like removed before the Empire could figure out what she was about. But they needed her back at some point, so to further their plans. Anyway, that's my thoughts.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. What you got, man?
I'm gonna give this episode an A-. I think this is easily the best episode of the show so far. I'm actually excited now to watch this next episode to see where it goes. As far as predictions, I do expect a couple filler episodes. Maybe to tie up the Sid stuff, because again they kind of have to wrap that up. I would like to see more characters. I would say Boba Fett is probably a good possibility, or Ahsoka. And I do think it should end on Kamino. If it's only going to be one season, I think it would make more sense for it to end that way, because that way that's an excuse to bring Vader in and basically clean house, because this is Vader at his peak. Like his rage at this point is like fresh, new, and he's gonna be really dangerous. Like, not to say Vader isn't dangerous already, but Vader is now gonna take his anger out and his rage out on everybody on Kamino. And my prediction is, if it's going to be one season, Vader, if anything, I would like to see Vader destroy everybody. And I think Crosshair probably will be redeemed at some point. It's just I agree. I believe that's just what's going to happen. But yeah, that's kind of my predictions, at least for right now.
Okay, awesome. Nindroid, grade your final grade and your predictions, man. What you got?
All right. I will give this episode an A, a solid A. In my opinion, I actually think this is going to go and become sort of like The Mandalorian, where these next couple episodes, they're going to go and make like a team to go to Camino to save, Omega. Maybe they'll bump into Fennec because, Fennec is still after them. So, Boba Fett might be introduced and stuff like that. So, and also I think we're going to get now Cad Bane versus Boba Fett by the end of the show. So, yeah.
That's a good thought, though. Another bounty hunter might steal Omega from Sorry, Kane? Is that it? Kane?
Yeah, there's
Where's
a
the
storm
thunder coming from?
Me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Darn it, Thor.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, all right. And definitely last but not least, Tim, what was your final grade and your predictions of the show?
I think I give it at least an A minus, if not an A. I think still my favorite episode was the first one. I really like the format of it being longer, like the 50-minute or hour thing. I feel like I got used to that, and then afterwards I just felt like I wasn't like getting enough. But yeah, the first episode was awesome. This one was good as well. As far as predictions, they're definitely going to have to bring in a Jedi or a Force user. I'm thinking that they're going to maybe not who's it, Darth Maul, maybe not him, but I feel like Vader's going to show up somewhere. Like there's going to be at least like a scene, and or maybe it's another Force user. But yeah, I honestly like this episode. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like they're going to go to Sid, but they're going to have to owe more money to Sid because for information to find Omega. So they're going to get money for their stuff. We don't know how much money. So they bring those parts, but then they're getting in debt again because how are they going to find Omega? Who's going to tip them off to find, who's going to tip them off or help them to find Omega? Sid, right? Like who else? They haven't really made any connections besides what's his face, Rex. Maybe that's a way to integrate Rex back into the story plot line because they're kind of besties, or they had that little moment together.
I think that. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I was going to say, I think that Rex, if they do this, get a group together. I think Rex is one of the ones that helps them go break into Camino.
And the two women from the
yeah, I think that's that.
Okay, yeah.
The two sisters or whatever they were.
Yeah. I definitely think though they're gonna have to get some intel from Sid, and then when they get a mission together, contact their friends that they've worked with, and form their own little Avenger group alliance to take back Omega, and then somehow help out their friend. But I'm interested to see what they do with him being damaged and getting hit in the head. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe his vision got disrupted, so he wouldn't be able to be a sharpshooter anymore.
Ooh, interesting.
I would mess with someone that's kind of like arrogant.
It kind of hit him right in the face. So I didn't think his chip would get damaged, but I did think that perhaps his eye got damaged.
What about they make him into some sort of a cyborg of some sort now?
Possibly, probably. That, and I figure Sid will probably betray them at some point.
I don't know, maybe.
I know that's a tough one. It depends on whether they want to keep her in the show or not. But I mean, hey, it could be like a small betrayal, and they have to go back to her anyway.
Yeah, to the Omega thing, yes, unlike Greek, like Omega, the Alpha Omega, or the Omega is like the ultimate So she has like that unique DNA. She's like an outlier compared to the other ones because she has all of it. Plus, I kind of think that she might be semi-force sensitive. Maybe they had like a metachlorian or messed with her DNA in that way, and she was like the only one that really, yeah, because she seems to know a lot and be good at a lot, and I could see her doing maybe like a force healing or something. And maybe she dies trying to. Because
there's significance that she also has a New Zealand accent, same as the other clones.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, and she has like the blonde hair, like.
Is she
blue eye type thing going?
Is she a clone of them as well? Just a different clone? Like, did they completely alter the clone to like I mean, is she like still one of the same clones, but they just made her like, female?
It could be possible. Yeah, like I said, I like the episode. I think I'll give this one an A-. Like I said, I'm just nitpicking at this point. And the predictions, Nindroid pointed out one thing that they might actually animate and put into this. It's a distinct possibility they bring Boba Fett into it, because they may actually, now this is just speculation, you can take it with a grain of salt, but I've seen the scene he's talking about. It may come down to him and Boba Fett squaring off, and Boba Fett showing how he got the dent in the helmet. And for those of you who don't know, up here, right here, I think, there's a dent in his helmet. And it came from Cad Bane.
Cool.
They may square off on Camino. You never know. He may come into play somewhere. It would be the perfect thing to do. And especially, the whole deal with go ahead.
Oh, especially with the series coming out, like his series, it would just like launch him up, like for marketing reasons, like kind of what they did. Go
ahead.
Sorry. Oh, just kind of what they did with Ahsoka, right? How they plugged her in Rebels. Like, this was like before we knew she was going to be in The Mandalorian. But I was kind of thinking, I was like, wait a second. Is she going to appear in Mandalorian? I kind of already knew, or I had a hunch, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when we see it. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, it's like they realized, hey, we have this toy that we haven't played with in a long time. And now we can, and they used it. They brought him into the Mandalorian. I don't know why they just didn't make the Mandalorian Boba Fett and just start right there. I said it. I believe the first parts of the Mandalorian we got were the scraps of the Boba Fett movie, and now we're gonna get Boba Fett. It's like why did we do that? Whatever. I'm not gonna get into all that. But now they're realizing, hey, we got Boba Fett, and people love Boba Fett. We can put him back in this. We can put him anywhere, and it's gonna work because he's there. We know he's there. This is before he goes into the Sarlacc pit. This is before A New Hope.
Oh, yeah, before. My bad.
This is before all of that. So there's plenty to show of him before, and they did the smart thing by bringing him into the Mandalorian because it's pretty much right after the Sarlacc pit stuff. So it's like now we can we can bring him into all this stuff because there's only a very, very, very small part where he's in the Sarlacc pit. So now we got this toy, and maybe they've gotten smart to realize with bringing Luke back. We'll have to see how this all plays out. But bringing Luke back into the Mandalorian, and then bringing Boba Fett back in maybe they're starting to realize what I said. Appeal to the adults who were growing up with this, the kids who people like me who were kids when it first came out, or the people who started with the prequels. Appeal to them. And they'll bring droves of new fans to you. Mm-hmm. If they start doing that, they're getting the idea, and maybe they will. Because I like that idea. I do like that idea of bringing Boba Fett into this.
Because I saw the almost. I saw 3/4 of season 7 of the Clone Wars years ago. Nindroid and possibly all Senator will know what I'm talking about. They showed pre-final animation. Shorts of what they were planning to do to continue You know, I knew about the Bad Batch. I knew about Ahsoka meeting the twins. The only thing I didn't see was the part about Order 66. That was all new to me. But you know, and now they're doing this with the Bad Batch. It's all continuity. This is right after Order 66 was issued. It's the time frame that Boba Fett is a young man now, and probably getting started in his long, glorious quest to be the top bounty hunter out there. So that's why I believe they may bring him in to go against Cad Bane. It makes sense because, you know, they made it, they just never finished it. And also, I believe canon-wise, the Emperor destroyed the Kaminoans. He got rid of the cloners.
Yeah, because
he set up different laboratories across the galaxy for his own cloning efforts.
Yeah.
So this may be a one-off. This may be a 2-season, but the end is not going to be good. I agree with everybody. I believe it's going to end on Kamino one way or another. You know, even with everything going on at the moment. But yeah, I give it an A-. Wasn't a bad episode. Definitely, I think, you know, personally, it was one of the best of the season so far. We just hope they keep it up. You know, let's keep the juice going. Let's keep going with it. Orville Nation, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us, man. Great to see you, DJ. Great to see you, man. But yeah.
Help you,
That being said, with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of the roundtable this evening. I want to thank everybody in the chat for showing up. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out and listening to us jabber back and forth. I want to thank the panel. Danny, first and foremost, he had the jet, something about work. So you know, I appreciate him coming on. So what I'm going to do is one more time, I'm going to go around the panel. So you know, so everybody can let you know where they can be found at. Chris, would you mind starting, please?
Yeah, I'll make it quick this time. Real Review 3000 is my channel.
Thank you.
Music reviews, all that stuff. You know what? And music reviews, all that fun stuff. Check it out. But please, guys, if you're not yet subscribed here to Khaos Central, subscribe to Khaos Central. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on Odyssey. I'm going to get the BitChute thing up and running. We're going to be just about everywhere, too. And guys, help us out. Spread us out there. Let people know about us. We were at 169 this morning when I saw the subscriber count. I think we're at 175 now. So we're getting traction, guys, and that's because of you guys. We really appreciate it. We want to build this into something big. We like involving a lot of different people. Please, please, please join up with Khaos Central.
176, Chris.
What was that?
I just checked. 176.
See, and I'm so happy you guys are being really supportive of this idea of open forum community, and that's exactly what we are. We're not going to tell you how to think. We're not going to tell you what to do. All we ask is you respect everybody's opinion and that you be respectful to other people, and that's all we ask.
I always tell people what to do.
No, fine. You're out. You're gone.
No. Chris, you can't do that.
Kick her out. JJ,
I'm not really a part of Khaos Central.
All right, give me a second.
Yes, you are. Oh, here we go.
Just give me a second. I'll kick her. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Chris knows already. Man. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. I can't even do it, man. It's like, yeah, I got it, man.
He's gonna kick me.
I can't do it. Damn it! You ruined it.
To be kicked. I didn't ruin it.
Nah.
It was so predictable. Listen, I knew you were going to jam the signal.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not saying
you just
could have grabbed a jar of jam for that then.
All right. Hang on. I kicked Cyber Nipple. How about that?
What the hell? You kicked your apprentice?
Yeah,
Oh
he was
God.
fucking late, man. I got to do that, man. He was late.
Oh.
Anyway. Anything else, Chris?
No, just support the community, support all these people here, everybody that's on Khaos Central, everybody you see here. Support people, guys. That's all we ask. It's because of you guys. If you spread the word, we grow, and it helps us out. So please help us out.
Awesome. Guys, car, man. You ready to talk about that gup?
I think you said goat.
I said gup.
Nah.
Yep, G-Up's one of my shows. The next one I'm really working up is What's the Scenario? Definitely, Basco Scenario is my channel. You can find me on Basco Scenario on Twitter, Basco Scenario on Instagram. But most definitely, like Chris said, if you're not subscribed yet to Khaos Central, please do. And you can also find me on Bigger Ford Entertainment, as well as shows with Comic Chat channel as well. So thank you for having me, JJ. Doing a great job, man. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for showing up. Next, Jason, tell them where they can find you at.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jason Lee Tucker. Jason Lee Tucker Statement. We talk about wrestling. Have the Metal Taco Show on there. Also here on Sundays and Tuesday night on Big Ford Entertainment. Chaos List. Thank you, JJ. Let me come on today.
No problem, man. Dandelion. I know. Yeah, I
I
know.
like in chats. That's about it. So, if you're watching these shows, I'm probably lurking in the chat.
And you're a wonderful lurker, might I add. You do it so well. Alternator, man. Where can we find you at?
Yeah, kind of like I said earlier, you can find me everywhere at this point. You can find me usually twice on Sundays. If some shit's not going on the Loki Roundtable and the Bad Batch Roundtable, and also usually Shadow Eye, which will not be this evening. And when he does it, the weekly wrap-up on Chris Knight's channel, The Real Review 3000. You can find me on Randomness at its Finest on JJ, aka SithLord3827's channel. My channel, usually on Mondays, Good Old Wrestling. Tuesdays, Austin and Friends talk pop culture. Occasionally, I appear on the Rumble, where I am the first champion of this season of the Rumble, and I'm sometimes also a judge or a wild card. And I'm on Nindroid's channel for Galactic Chat and Geeks Enjoy Nerd Erotica for Nerdgasm. And you can find me also on my Twitter, the Austin17, and you can also just follow everyone's Twitters, the Khaos Central Twitter, the Khaos Central YouTube channel. Subscribe to everybody. JJ, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Nindroid, what we got, man? Where can we find you?
You guys can find me on my own YouTube channel, Nindroid243, where I'm doing this Nindroid cuts. That's the sequel trilogy fan cuts, where I'm going to be improving the sequel trilogy. A lot of cool stuff is going behind that. So, yeah. As well as you can find me on my own show on Friday nights, known as Galactic Chat, which is my Star Wars and pop culture related show. And you can find me on Austinator's channel and also Sauerkraus's channel for their shows. Thank you, JJ, for having me on.
Bring him to me. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And last but not least, our guest for the night, Tim Possible, man. Thank you for showing up, man. I greatly appreciate it, man. Let everybody know where you can be found at.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. It was an awesome panel. But yeah, follow me on my YouTube channel is Tim's Talk. And then my Twitter and Instagram is Kylo_Tim1. And TikTok, Tim Possible Official. And yes, it was awesome show.
Thank you. And last but not least, everybody, you know who I am. I'm your boy JJ. You find me a little bit of everywhere and a lot of nowhere. But here in a little bit, let's see, what time is it now? It is 10:15. in roughly 1 hour and 15 minutes, you can find myself and Chris Knight over on Honstar's channel. We're doing Jackbox Game Night tonight. Come by, hang out, play some games with us, relax. It's like, the end of the week, the weekend before Monday. We just chill out, try to have a good time and relax. Come by and check it out. And I want to thank everybody in the chat for showing up. I greatly appreciate y'all for showing up. Everybody on the panel, thank you for coming in tonight and BSing with me for a moment. And with that said, everybody, say good night.
Take care, everyone.